Hey guys, so today I'm going to show my Coral build. I played the deck at the German Team League regionals. So yeah, I run the starter for the Coral. It's pretty obvious, it's the Coral build. 4 of the great ones is the great one for the right chain. She gets plus 1000. It's pretty relevant because I think people are quite aggressive in this meta. So the plus 1000 is pretty nice. She has second effect that if you don't write the grade 2, you can search your sub 7 for the grade 2 and super write it. Just for the consistency. This card, it has 2 abilities, just real quick. When it's placed, check top 5, at grade 2 or lower Coral. The thing that's relevant in it is that you can, if you got the grade 2 or less Coral, you can choose one card from your hand and put it to the soul. And it helped me in a lot of matches because I could stack a lot of what's it called, crawl units in the soul. And if you actually missed the grade 1 and you had to maybe write this, you could check the top 5 and maybe, hey, you found it, you could put it to the soul. And then if you had to write the grade 2, it already gets plus 1000 because it's already in the soul. And then the starter doesn't have to activate this forerunner ability. It's only you can if you want. For this PG, some people run 6 of it because it has the ability, but that's not the reason why I run it. The reason why I run it is that instead of discarding a card from your hand to activate it, you put the card into the soul, and you have some cards that activate its ability in the soul, and you have stacking power with corals in the soul, so you could just put those in the soul. And yeah, it's pretty important. This card also has an ability in the soul, but nah, it's not that relevant. You can just read the card. So to strike further, you can actually, you don't need the grade 2, these 2. You can run whatever you want. I just wanted to destroy further because I wanted space in I had open spaces in my deck. I was like, hey, I can just write destroy further. It's just as stable in most of the strike decks. For the grade 2 Coral, if you have the grade 1 the soul, she gets 1000. It's a 10k, and she has an hit ability. It's not that important, to be honest. For Pink Lady, I really like this card. People underestimate it. I don't understand why. She's basically, if she's a soul, you can count as 1 and call her and still charge 1. One of the weaknesses of this deck is that they don't draw a lot, so you have to kind of find your own resources in some ways. And you can, when you have to put cards in the soul, you can just put this card to the soul and then call it, so it's just you get plus 1. It's pretty nice. I like it. For Speaker, it's just big numbers, more attacks. It's pretty good, to be honest. It's just that, nothing more, nothing less. Fourth, the Aurora Star Coral, and oh boy, she stacks power. She has, if you have more corals than soul, she gets front row gets more power. And really relevant is that you don't need GB. You can just write it and activate the ability. If your opponent's at grade 2, you put a lot of pressure. And the second effect, she gets plus 2k if you've got 4 or more corals than soul. Against a lot of decks is really relevant, to be honest. Fourth, this is a promo. I run for 3 reasons. 1, she has the coral name. 2, she has the Lord ability, and is relevant against the dominating matchup. You know their abilities, to be honest. And the third is that her artwork is pretty and she's a promo.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Now for the trigger lineup, I run 8 crits, 4 of the count charge, and 4 of the coral crit. And she has the ability from hand and soul, put it to the drop zone, check top 5 for coral, put it to the hand and soul. If you activate some of the abilities, put cards in the soul, you can actually maybe get plus 1. It's pretty good. This card is only relevant because you counterblast a lot, and if you get a Gise, it only gives you 1 damage. This card is so fucking nice, to be honest. It doesn't have to counterblast a lot, so, and yeah, I can show you a reason why. The stand trigger, it doesn't need counterblast, and it makes you 1 more attack, and you know, it's just a basic deck, to be honest. If she's in harmony state, she just makes 1 more attack after she boosts. You just bound once 1 card, then call 1. You get plus maybe at first strike, maybe 10k to the front row, and second strike maybe 15 to 20k, and you know, just 1 more attack with a 11k. It's pretty high numbers. Lastly, 4 heals is the newest one. Ability is pretty nice for the resources. It's not that important to be honest, but because I finished people off so quickly. But yeah, you can write it if you want. I don't. Yeah. Now for the strike zone. 3 of this. This is his first try, and always flip this. It's she just search your deck for any card and put it to soul. You can get the pink lady I showed before, and then you can get +1 on the field if you don't have enough cards in your hand. Maybe only triggers. It's pretty nice. Yeah. So the second strike. This is mostly in standard matchups. You go into her. She basically just bounce and usually just row and call again, and then she's ready for stand trigger and crit, and yeah, more attacks. She's broken to be honest in this core build. So 2 perfect performance Anji. I run it in the Overlord matchup. I don't like to run the Anji grade 3 because even though I can kind of bounce 2 of the Regard Circles in my front row, I still need a grade 3 to hit their opponent, and it's not that it's not consistently enough. This card would be more relevant, but this is the only thing you have against the matchup. Series. You have the games where you're both grade stuck, and the first one to grade 2, grade 3, you can straight into this immediately. 1 Syria. I didn't actually use it. It's just a filler if my maybe if my opponent locked my front row and I have 3 in the back row, I can activate the ability. It's just really situational to be honest. If you don't have enough money or think she's not that relevant, you can run any other card. And for the G-Guards, I run 1 of the off-level, and this card can stack a lot of power. She's maybe like the second G-Guard, and or the first one if you go go first. The card you usually actually flip is Ellie, and the reason why is that she gets +10k shield for every face-up copy of her in the G-Zone, or every sentinel ability in your drop zone. So if you maybe strike first, yada yada, you got this. And you run 2 of the Ellies. And her second ability, really important, is that when she goes to the G-Zone, GB2, you soul blast 1 and she goes to the G-Zone face down. And then for your next G-Guard, you can go to it again, and then it gets +10k or maybe +20 because you're 2 PG twice. Citron, it's actually for the dominate matchup. She can bounce, she can call 1 card, and you can, if the first dominate unit attacks, I can G-Guard to it and call another, over another unit that's dominated, so it doesn't have to attack. And this one, after the cards are dominated, and maybe you dropped a 10k shield that attacked, you can just bounce it back to your hand and guard with it, so you get the 10k shield back. It's pretty nice. Yep, so that was it. Hope you liked the video, and please follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and see you guys later. Jeg følte det gik hurtigt.